Listen, man, I'm still out here. I'm moving around and I'm sick. I don't want to, but I have to right now. Things got to get done, so I got to push. What that means is I got to be on time and things have to work correctly. Even though I'm not at full health because of a little cough that I have, even though I'm not at full health, I'm still fully minded. I'm still strong-minded. And I got a system in place for everything that I do. So when people I bring in to do things, when they don't follow the system that I've implemented or the system that I've given them, the direction that I've given them, when they can't handle the directives, it become a problem, right? So every now and then you got to deal with something. In the middle of everything else, in the middle of a storm, you still got to worry about the rain, right? So, you got to remember to remember to have rain boots on. So you always got to stay calm, but you always got to stay in the moment, even in the midst of all of the overall happenings. You still got to stay in the moment. You can't get lost in the big picture. But when I'm dealing with people who are still learning what I do, or trying to get to a point where they know how to do what I do, it's hard for me to really trust them. And so I'm still at the point now where I'm growing, so I'm not fully dependent on myself yet. So I got to deal with the fact that I still have to hire out help. I got to bring people in who are not within the organization that I have built. So I got to bring people in. I got to hire guns out. You know what I'm saying? So that's tough to do because the people who you bring in don't necessarily have the training that you got. They don't got the experience level that you got. They don't have the hands that you got. They don't have the eyes that you got. They can't see the things that you see. So you deal with so much just in terms of trying to get a person to understand how you able to do what you able to do. It's not even, are you a professional? Because professional, that's just the base. That's just, do you know the basics? Are people willing to pay you money for what you say your skill set is? That's all a professional is. That don't mean shit for real. That's like, can you walk and breathe at the same time? That's really all that is in any industry. So is, what's your craft? Like, how do you build something out? And if you don't, like, how can you give me recipes? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it that you do exactly? How do you do it? What makes your magic magical? Right? So that's the part that you have to have, and that's the part you got to articulate. And I've been able to articulate that, which is why I've been able to have success in sales. I can tell you exactly what I do, and I can tell you why it works. Right? So, the flip side of that is when I see that other people who I'm trying to bring in and work with me, they can't see or they can't visualize things the way I do. That's the part that's bothersome, because now I got to think for you, and I'm still expected to pay you. That's tough. That's tough. And I don't mind doing it, but at some level, competency has to be, advancing. You got to be getting better. So I'm always getting better. I do everything I can to improve, even when it seems like I'm not, just because implementation of progress, it takes time. It's not always just snap. Sometimes you gotta go through steps. You gotta go through the process. And so, main man said progress is a slow process. You know what I'm saying? And I'm alright with that. So we alright. We keep moving. We alright, and we keep moving. That's that. But when I'm bringing people in and I'm hiring them to do certain things and they can't do what I need them to do, or they mess up the order, or they switch up, or they deviate from the plan that I set, that really fucks me up. I really get irritated with that. And I'm learning now to just not show the frustration. Because before I'd be like, yo man, what is your, like, I'd be real aggressive about what the frustration is. But now I'm learning to just be a little bit calmer, because what that means is I can adjust things on the fly, and I can get them to just go ahead and do what they was doing already. There's no point in you halting their progress. They was making progress. Let them finish their movement out, and then we can discuss how we go about remedying the situation. It's a better deal, I think, than instead of yelling at a motherfucker and getting them angry, or like cursing a person out, or reading them the riot act, so to speak. All of this, reading them the riot act and all of this, like, just to prove a point. And reality is, all you needed to do is say, all right, listen, this is what we needed to do, but this is what you did. Now, what you did doesn't impede our progress. We just had to go you just went in a different direction. And that's all right, because we still made progress. Something still got done that we needed to have done anyway. But it's just not what the directive was. And so it's not the point that you completed the task that I have an issue with. The problem is that you didn't follow the directive. And the directive in part and parcel with completing the task is what makes you the professional. That's what makes you the person that I bring in. That's the professional hired gun, the professional hired hand. So when you only do one or you don't do both, what you do is you put me in a situation where I gotta pay you for something that I didn't need you to do, but you did anyway. And that leave me with a bad taste. Because I feel like I'm paying you for something that I didn't need. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep going until I finish. But I don't need you to put what you want to do on this. Like, your spin is not important. I need you to follow the directions, period. You can't follow the directions, then we got to part ways. And that's all right. Parting ways is fine. But you're not following the directive and then being righteous about what you did, I can't really agree with that. And I'm not going to let you slide or say something. And, we're going to address it. So, I want to say that. Don't come on and act like you understand what the fuck you're supposed to be doing. But then when I'm paying you to do it, you forget how to do it. You understand me? So, always be careful, man. When you hire professionals, make sure that they know what they're doing and make sure that they're capable of doing what they say they know that they're doing. Right? So, that's my little word, man. Beyond that, y'all stay cool.